everyone, I'm Beth and welcome to Audemic Academy, where we talk about some of the important issues from the research community to make your research journey easier and smoother. Have you ever wanted to get your research out into the public or read millions of articles for free? Then stick around as we'll be talking about some of the potential positives and downsides of open access publishing. Open access is best described as a way to increase accessibility to academic research. In traditional publishing models, authors submit their finished papers to academic journals. But if you would like to read this paper, you first have to subscribe to the journal, and that can be quite expensive. In response to this, open access aims to make scholarly articles free for everyone to read. And this is done by shifting the burden of payment along the publishing line. This is done by the authors paying a fee directly to the journals in order to publish their research. This is called an article processing charge, or APC for short. Because of the APC, academic publishing houses no longer need to charge a subscription fee in order to recoup their costs. As a result, publishers are able to provide the paper to their readers for free. To be a little bit more specific, this model is called Gold Open Access, but we'll get onto an alternative model later. It's also worth noting that open access isn't just for short papers. You can use open access for books too. As expected, one of the main positives of open access is that many people can read your research for free and it goes to a much wider audience. This is especially important for those that don't want to have to pay to be able to read academic journals. This might be a member of the general public or an academic that doesn't have the funds to be able to pay for £30 to £40 to read a single article. Wider readership is also great for the authors as it gets their research out in the open, which can be really important for influencing policy and decision-making in non-academic bodies such as charities, think tanks, and small businesses. One obvious downside to this open access system is that authors have to pay quite a substantial fee in order to get their work published. And this seems quite unfair. Luckily, there are a variety of ways of mitigating this. For example, publishers can offer a fee waiver for disadvantaged researchers. In addition, authors are sometimes provided with a grant to cover the APC by their institute, faculty, or department, or even the funding body. In fact, some of these bodies will demand that you publish through open access on the basis that they will cover the costs. These stipulations are known as OA mandates. There is also an alternative to open access called green open access, and this is kind of a midway between traditional subscription-based publishing and full-blown gold open access. In green OA, the final version of the paper is published in the traditional way, where readers access this by paying a publication fee. However, a slightly earlier version of the manuscript called the author-accepted manuscript is made available to the public by uploading to a freely accessible repository or database online. This earlier version of the paper will have gone through peer review, but it won't have been subjected to any edits recommended by the journal. So it's not quite as fine-tuned, but all of the core arguments remain. This means that authors pay either no APC or a reduced APC, and members of the public can access their research for free. Most academic publishers support either gold or green forms of open access. Now you're probably watching this video and thinking, Beth, that's all well and good, but I'm not trying to publish my research through open access. I'm trying to read free papers through open access. OA papers that are free for you to read. You can find these by filtering for open access papers. A great database of open access papers is Core, and that houses over 250 million open access papers that are free for you to read. From these databases, we can download these papers for free in PDF format. We can read them, or we can turn them into an audiobook using the Audemic app. I'm Beth, and this has been Audemic Academy. I'll see you next time. If you like this video, then please go ahead and leave a comment or consider subscribing for more ways to make research simple.